Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. This is the month where we set out to raise awareness for those living with the effects of brain injury, how to prevent, and how to support those impacted by this silent disability. All month long, MBIA has been working hard to put together a lineup of entertainment showcasing the many talents of brain injury survivors as a means of demonstrating resilience and perseverance brain injury survivors have within. Today, Manitoba Brain Injury Association will be wrapping up this month by acknowledging and paying respects to those who were not able to survive their injuries and whose families extend their strength, support, and resilience in their memories. Our wrap-up will continue with a montage of all the efforts of our volunteers who took the time to make a video about brain injury. For everyone who has been personally affected by brain injury, thank you for sharing your stories.
In 2016, my sister suffered from a life-changing traumatic brain injury, and my family believes it's so important to advocate for people like her who are unable to do so themselves.
Since 2015, I have a post-concussive syndrome, which is an acquired brain injury. I struggle with overstimulation, one of the common symptoms of a brain injury, and it's known as flooding.
Hello, everybody. My name is David Nishikawa, and I got a bit of a brain injury when a truck hit me while I was on my bike back in 2015. And one of the things that I'm dealing with is a thing called anosmia. And that means I can't smell anything. So you would think that's okay, like if you got to change your cat boxes and stuff, but it's not really that much fun. I really miss smelling grass being cut or rain or anything like that. And I burnt more than one or two many things on the stove by not knowing they were cooking too much. But that's just one of the things that can happen if you get hit by a truck or have some kind of a brain problem on the inside. So don't get hit by a truck.
Hi, I'm Lisa Engel, an assistant professor at the University of Manitoba in the Department of Occupational Therapy, and I serve on the board of directors for the MBIA. Brain injury awareness is so important to preventing future brain injuries, but also to helping people affected by brain injury live the life that they want to live and to achieve the things they want to do in life.
My name is Yvette Mbuzi. Well, I got involved in a very serious car accident 3 years ago. And I was in coma for a couple of days, but thank God because I came through the whole thing, and I was pregnant then, but thanks to God, because even my child is good, she's healthy, and a playful girl, and slowly but surely, I'm recovering,
Hi, my name's Kristen Kane. I'm a board of director for the Manitoba Brain Injury Association. Brain injury awareness is so important because it is one of those invisible conditions where you can't always see that someone's suffering or what they're going through. The Manitoba Brain Injury Association is fantastic because they advocate for these people and help them live their best possible lives. So, my connection to that is my best friend. He has an acquired brain injury and he is the most amazing person I know.
Hello, my name is Nancy Chartrand. I had 2 concussions, October 1999 and April 2000. I came to MBIA to get help about my brain injury, and I've been learning a lot about what concussions can do.
Dan Roberts. I had a brain aneurysm in 2014 in Ottawa, just outside of Ottawa in Lanark, and moved here in 2016. The Manitoba Brain Injury Association helped.
In 2010, I injured an arteriovascular malfunction, which caused a blood clot and a brain bleed. I survived with a visual deficit, some problems with memory and processing, and later I was diagnosed with epilepsy and visual distortion.
My name is Laura. I am a caregiver for my daughter who has had a traumatic brain injury since 2006. Because of her injury, I retired early and became a caregiver. There has been many challenges, but I am learning to take care or take time out for myself.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I am a client of Manitoba Brain Injury, and I have been for over 10 years. I suffer from short-term memory loss due to a traumatic brain injury that I experienced.
Whether it's you or someone in your family that's dealing with or dealt with brain injury, it's so important that we talk about it because it's critical that you know you're not alone. You want to know, you need to know that others have been down the road you're traveling.
My name is Len Pugh. I've got a benign tumor and I've had multiple fractured skulls. The brain injuries changed my life. I get exhausted quick. I have memory issues. Doing this is very hard to think. The brain injury group has helped me in many ways. It's nice to be around people that actually understand what you're going through, and with the other members in the group, and hearing that I'm not the only one. The brain injury group has helped me in a lot of ways, getting my long-term disability set and going, and just being there when it's needed.
Hi, my name is Dennis Kyle. I had an accident in 2000. Since then, it's been a struggle. But the MBIA, what they have done and what they always do is to let you know that you're not alone. You're not the only person that has these problems. We can get together, we can talk, we can joke with one another. It's very difficult to speak in public. Most people do not understand what we go through. And the MBIA is there to help everybody. The other thing is that we need to get the message out to more people that the MBIA is there, and brain injury does not mean that you are an imbecile. So if you have a problem, give them a call at the office. Thank you.
My name is Marcel Blanchette, and I was the victim of an assault on December 2nd of 2014, and my skull was fractured and I had bleeding in the brain, and I was put in an induced coma for a month, and I was in intensive care for another 3 months, and then the hospital for another year. And I'm still going through recovery 5 years later.
I grew up with two parents that suffered brain injuries before I was born. Growing up in that situation, it really helps you understand what people are living with and the different challenges people living with brain injuries face on a day-to-day basis. So spreading awareness is super important.
Hello, Milt Stiegel here. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I just want to talk about a serious matter, and that's the brain. It's the most important organ in our body. And I think there are some individuals out there who are suffering with some type of illness, some type of injury to the brain. And just know that you have support of people around you. And if you know of anyone who's suffering those same injuries who haven't opened up yet, let them know that they need to open up, and they will receive that same support. So stay optimistic, stay positive. God bless.
Hi, my name is Gary Vadenchuk. I got my brain injury in January 2002. And, because of all the things that I went through and everything else with the brain injury, I had to learn how to walk, talk, and speak again and everything else. And my family helped me out so much. And because there's a lot of things with my anger and my aggression, they put me into Tai Chi and also the Manitoba Brain Injury, which helped me out a lot, helped me with my confidence around being around other people, and I felt a lot better.
Scott, I've been with the MBIA for the last 17 years. They've helped me out a lot with my finding work, figuring out life, and especially a lot with friends. And
I'm Jackie Strickland, and I suffered a brain injury on January the 2nd, 2014. The doctors had wanted to pull the plug. My children wouldn't let them, and I ended up in a coma, and I was in hospitals, in various hospitals, until I come out of the coma. I was sent to Easy Street after that for rehab because I couldn't talk and I couldn't walk and I couldn't use my hands. And I've come a long way.
Hi, I'm Danica, a brain injury survivor. What brain injury means to me and signifies to me is strength and resilience, not giving up and staying strong.
I'm Darren McGillis, and I believe that injuries, as you can see, are just as important as the ones that you can.
Hi, my name is Connor Derraugh, and 10 years ago I suffered a brain hemorrhage. One way I was affected was I had paralysis, so my whole right side of my body was paralyzed, and since I'm a musician, that paralysis, I couldn't play piano with my right hand for a long time, and I'm still working on dexterity and speed, but it's come a long way since 10 years ago.
Suffering in silence shouldn't be an option for those of us with brain injury. Getting the help, the resources, the treatment that we require to get back to normalcy is imperative. Talking about brain injury is imperative. Thank you for doing that today.
Hi, my name is Val Bergeron, and I'm a survivor of 2 brain aneurysms. Brain injury awareness is important because, it can happen to anyone. And when it does, it changes your whole life. So stay safe, be safe, think safe.
Yeah, okay. My name is Kendra Mendoza, and my name is Kayla Mendoza. And, I am Kayla's younger sister. No, I'm not her daughter. But basically, how an aneurysm or brain injury impacted our life was actually very significant. A lot of things have changed.
Like, for example, I used to drive, and now I no longer drive. And also my sense of making decisions aren't very accurate. And also my balance is a little off, which is not cool.
It's not very cool. I kind of call her the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but that's okay.
Pretty funny.
It's a humorous at times, just a little bit, just a little. And how did you get your brain injury?
I had my brain aneurysm because I wasn't taking my blood pressure pills when I should have, and that's what caused the eruption of the nerves to fall in my brain. And then that's why I have a shunt now, and I also have a coil in the middle of my head.
Yeah, brain injury is it's not a fun thing, obviously. It's very devastating, not only to the person themselves, but to the entire family and friends. It takes a toll on everybody. Yeah, it was a pretty tough year for everyone when this happened. It's super important to raise awareness, I feel. This situation is, no one will only understand it unless they actually go through it, and
patience is something that it's really hard to deal through with it.
Yeah. Time flew by, but I think it is really important to raise awareness for people like my sister. It was we fortunately got a lot of access to healthcare and whatnot, but just if some people don't get it for some reason, it must be super upsetting. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say.
It's really hard too, and especially when the things that you used to do that was normal to you, you have to relearn all over again, and it's hard. Like relearning how to walk again, relearning how to count, to eat, to feed yourself, to bathe yourself, to even learn just the normal necessities that everybody does in their daily life, and having to really learn it was the hardest thing for me. And especially my speech too before was really hard, and I never thought that would ever happen. But always watch out for your health and check your blood pressure every time. If you have blood pressure pills, take it. It's a must. Never lose count on it. Always watch out for your health. That's the best thing I could ever give advice on.
Just take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we have to say.
My name is Nicole Elwood. I am one of the leaders for the Young Survivors Brain Injury Support Group through MBIA.
My brain injury was caused by a brain hemorrhage and an AVM, which I had a craniotomy to correct it. My biggest symptoms are constant fatigue as well as vision loss.
Hello, my fellow members of the Manitoba Brain Injury Association. My name is Kevin Linklater, and I suffered a brain injury April 2009 after I overdosed on alcohol, cocaine, and prescription drugs. I feel blessed to be alive. I'm lucky my mom found me sitting up on my couch where she called the ambulance, and I was rushed to Health Science Center here in Winnipeg. I was in a coma for 3 months at HSC. The doctors didn't think I'd live, and I proved them wrong, and I prove them wrong every day. I'm still in this power wheelchair for those of you who haven't met me, but I feel I'm doing much better. I just moved to this new place in 200 Watson. It's a 2-bedroom. It's got its own roll-in shower. I pretty much take care of myself now. I have a beautiful wife and son who I met. She's a member of the Brain Injury Association as well. Her name is Hannah. I hope you get to meet us all. The Brain Injury Association is very, very helpful for us. That's how we met. It was November 28, 2012. For the fourth Wednesday of every month, we met at Boston Pizza for coffee. And I bought her Pinocchio at Boston Pizza. And afterwards, we started dating that night. So November 28, 2012. It's all thanks to the Brain Injury Association. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Barry Waito, and I sustained a TBI almost 4 years ago when I was rear-ended by a semi-truck doing 70 kilometers an hour when I was stopped in traffic. I've termed this event, I guess, a life interrupted. Like many people with a TBI, I look quite normal on the outside, but if you were to see inside, you'd realize it's a lot different. Brain injury survivors, we become really adept at hiding our issues because it's really easier than explaining it to others why we're not yet okay, and we may never be the person we used to be that they remember. So for many of us, these impairments will remain permanent for the rest of our life. We get reminded of these impairments every day when we struggle to plan out our day, and then we do too much, and we find our brain gets fatigued, and it won't function anymore, or we've lost our sense of smell, or we get headaches that never go away, and frankly, short-term memory issues are very common for many of us. So you learn to take notes, you learn to take pictures. I write everything down because chances are you're not going to remember it later. At this time, I'm actually on my 5th neurologist, and I think I probably have found one that can help me, at least maybe fix some of the things that can be fixed, and maybe the things that can't be right now, we'll deal with them another day. I really wish I had heard about the Manitoba Brain Injury Association sooner after my accident, because they and the members that are part of it have certainly been very helpful in trying new things, learning new things, and maybe in fact even finding a practitioner that could be more helpful. I think that has been invaluable to me and my family as we go on this journey, and I expect that we will continue to improve and learn new things as time goes on.
Hi there, my name is Kevin Tuttle and I'm from Elkhorn, Manitoba. I became acquainted with the Manitoba brain injury in May of 2017 when I suffered a workplace accident, and I had a whole hockey sock full of injuries, and 2 of them were acquired brain injuries. I got to know about the MBIA from guest speakers at the Riverview Health Center when I was in rehab. After I got discharged from Riverview, I came back home and I started going to the Brandon chapter of the MBIA, and my wife and I both go there since September of 17, and we really think it's an awesome experience for the caregivers and the survivors, and it's been awesome getting to know people in the MBIA and the services they perform for survivors and caregivers. Thanks.
Good afternoon. As we wrap up Brain Injury Awareness Month to a close, we would like to thank everyone who have contributed their voices and talent to this cause. For those who submitted their video messages, thank you for sharing a part of yourself. On behalf of MBIA, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the live performers for the time and talent you shared to everyone. Special thanks to Fred Dugdale and David Nishikawa, Connor Derraugh and Elizabeth Sadler, and Hannah Foulger. This has been a historic and remarkably challenging times we have been experiencing. As an organization, despite what's going on in the world, we tried our best to be steadfast in our mission of raising awareness about brain injury. For the entire month of June, we have heard from brain injury survivors, caregivers, and advocates what brain injury is about and how it has affected their lives. But awareness is not an end in itself. Now that we have learned some information, it is time to put this awareness into action. So what can you do? We are challenging you to put this awareness into action by, first, getting involved. What that means is you can sign a petition for more services for brain injury, or increase the funding for brain injury organization, or whatever the cause you have in mind. You can also get involved by volunteering your time and expertise to MBIA as a board of director, as facilitator, or as a peer mentor to someone who needed help. Secondly, be an advocate. Listen and support someone with a brain injury. Help them in their planned goals and restarting their lives or making their lives more visible. And lastly, support MBIA. We need your support. You can do this through consciousness raising through social media, become our ambassador, or fundraise on your own for MBIA, or create awareness activities or fundraising activities for MBIA, or donate as monthly donor, or you can also rope in some businesses or organizations that you know to support our cause. Now, here's the challenge. For next year, June 2021, share to us through a video message what you have done to turn awareness into action. Again, thank you for the participation and your contribution, and we're looking forward to your contribution for next year.
June is Brain Injury Awareness Month. This is an incredibly important topic for so many of our residents and for our community as a whole. According to Brain Injury Canada, brain injury is the leading cause of death and disability for Canadians under the age of 40. The effects are devastating for the injured as well as those living with and caring for them. Brain injuries are often the result of physical trauma. However, it's important to remember that many brain injuries are the result of medical conditions that happen inside the body and substances that damage brain tissue. Individuals battling them can experience a unique combination of physical, cognitive, emotional, and behavioral challenges. To those with questions about brain injuries, whether it's concerning friends, family, colleagues, or yourself, please reach out to the strong supports that we're so fortunate to have in our community, such as the Manitoba Brain Injury Association. For all health issues, including those associated with brain injuries, it's really important that we demonstrate the compassion and the empathy that our community is known for, and that we remember that brain injuries can truly happen to anyone. Thanks so much. Merci and miigwech.
My name's Len Pugh. I've been with the support group for about 6-7 months now.
I've been coming here for over 10 years.
Been a member of the Manitoba Brain Injury Association and checked groups for somewhere around 20 years.
And I've been coming here for probably about 25 years now or something.
1 year. It's fun. It's like a family here. It's true.